What in the world is this ice formation right here? I have never seen anything like that. Look at that. That is amazing. Wow. I don't know what causes this, but it's pretty darn cool. Check that out. Wow. Once again, I'm back out here at the saprolite mine in Auraria, Georgia, in Lumpkin County. And today we're gonna see if we can find a couple rocks to crush, and then we're gonna bust out the metal detector and see if we can find any cool relics. And then one other thing I want to do today is try to make a mercury retort and get rid of some of the mercury that I find out here that's left over from the old timers. So let's get to it. Okay, it's red. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh, and it's right there. This is the good stuff. Wow, I'm getting better at this. Look at that. That is looking delicious right there. All right, let's see. Keep going. Let's see if the stuff's any good or not. I'm gonna take this down to the creek and pan it. It's not that much. It was really hard to get it down to beyond 20 mesh because it's a little damp. So it's not that much material, but there's only a handful of rocks. But I'll go ahead and pan this out, see if there's any gold in it. It's a pretty small sample, but see if there's any gold in it. Take some practice doing the one-handed panning with the Garrett Super Sluice. It's a pretty big pan. Let me get this big old boulder out of there. See what kind of gold's in here. Hopefully a little something something. A little black sand at the bottom there. Alright. That's far enough to roll it back. Some of these guys do that one-handed roll back, which would work if there was a lot of gold, but I'm gonna have to tap this up carefully. Now you can see how chunky some of this black sand is here because I only got it crushed down to 20 mesh. Actually I think, nope, that's not gold. But let me finish rolling it back, see what's in here. I mean, there's one super tiny piece right there. Maybe some other really small ones, but yeah, you got to crush this black sand a lot finer than this. So there was a lot of hematite in that rock, but what I've been told is that the gold particles are often locked up in the hematite out here, so crushing it down to 20 mesh is not going to release all of the gold. And with the material being damp like that, it was really hard to, get it classified down. I'm going to go ahead and crush this one next. You can see all the iron in there, all the rust, little pockets where gold can form. So let's crush this one up. Okay, let's see what happens if I put this whole big piece of rock in there. See if we're able to crush it down to powder from that big of a piece. Let's see how much it chopped that big rock up into. Oh wow. I think there's some bigger pieces stuck down in there. Oh yeah. Let's keep going. Well, I'm starting to get blisters on my finger here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take what I got and pan it out. All right, here's how much we got crushed this time. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. Shake it all down the front. Oh my God, it's like glue. Wow. Let's see here how much is in here. It's definitely darker color, but it's not that much material. Hopefully there's some gold in here. Let's find out. Wow, I almost don't even need to pan it. I can probably just roll it back. A lot more heavy material in this one. I got it crushed down a little bit finer this time. I think that's about it right there. All right, let's go ahead and roll this one back now. Okay, let's tap it up. And there it is, we have gold. Some really, really tiny gold. Let's see, obviously there's that piece, but I saw more. Where is it? There's some little ones there. It's hard to see with the sunlight. There's definitely gold in here. Not a ton, but hey, we crushed a rock and found some gold. All right, there we go. Let's go break out the metal detector. Well, you're definitely not going to get rich that way, but it's a learning experience. Trying to figure out which types of rocks are most likely to contain gold. We found a few specks of gold today, which is pretty cool. But let's go ahead and get out the metal detector and see what we can find today. Check this out. That, you might just call it a hot rock, but it might also be a nugget rock. I mean, none of these other rocks are doing that. But this one right here, and look at it. I mean, yeah, this is definitely worth crushing. I'm definitely gonna take this with me on the way out. I don't know, but this piece of ore right here made my metal detector go nuts. I don't think the whole thing's quartz, but I think it's got quartz running through it, and it's like, this is host rock with stringers. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Yep, it's host rock with quartz. Oh my goodness. And it makes my metal detector go nuts. This is all tailings right here. Wow, there's some smaller tailings in here. But yeah, I mean, river cobbles and some vuggy quartz. What if that was it? Kind of shaped like a coin, huh? But let's just dig some of these tailings out here. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it was right here. Now it's gone. Definitely in the pan. All right, let's see what it is here. Hot rock, but it's definitely in here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Empty this pan out real quick. All right, is it still in there? Is it in the pan? Question is it a hot rock or not? Do we see any actual metal? Oh, is that it? Is that the metal? I think that's it. All right, let's clean it up and find out what it is. I don't know. But it was down inside those tailings. It's definitely steel. There you go. So I'm on top of a 180-year-old tailings pile, and it was down in there quite a bit. Whatever that little target was pretty far down in that tailings pile. And this tailings pile just turns into a cavern. I mean, it goes down deep. But yeah, the target came from right in there. So this might be the metal detecting target of the day. I don't know if it counts though, because it's technically a surface find. Some type of wheel. Let's check that out. Interesting. It's really pitted. I wonder if there's any type of writing on it. Yeah, there's something here. It's got an arrow that says out. Okay. You know what though? This thing belongs here with this mine. So, looked at it a little bit better. It says open, not out, with the arrow pointing that way. But I do believe that this is a valve, wheel from the hydraulic mining that was done out here, possibly from one of the water cannons. So, yeah, this is a historic item, and it's gonna stay here. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Well, it's been a pretty awesome day so far. Crushed some rocks, found a few specks, did some metal detecting, found an awesome artifact. But it's time to head home and weigh up the gold from the month of January and see if we can get this Mercury retort going. Now, some of the places where I prospect are historic mines, and they used a lot of mercury back then, which I'm not really a big fan of, but a lot of the gold that I found is contaminated with mercury. So I'm thinking that if I try to put together a little mercury retort, I can recover all the mercury and clean up my gold at the same time. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. So here is the gold that I mined last year. It's a 1/4 ounce. And I mean, it's gold, but it's not that really bright, shiny yellow gold. It's got some mercury amalgamated with it. It's not very much mercury, I would guess maybe a 1/4 gram of mercury, but it's enough to make the gold look ugly like that. So I got this design here from a YouTube channel called Utmost Outdoors for a mercury retort, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. But here is the design that he used, and it seemed to work pretty well. But it's literally just some 1/2-inch steel pipe, and there's an end cap here. You put your gold in there, you screw it back on, then you hit it with a torch. The mercury inside only needs to reach about 800 degrees, and then it starts to boil, and then it boils, and then it recondenses, as it travels down with gravity, you know, you obviously have it sitting like that, travels down, and then you have a catch pan with water in it, and then the mercury just goes into that little catch pan. And assuming that you've got this sealed up, you shouldn't have any vapor escaping, and you should recapture all the mercury. But there's a huge problem with that, and we're not going to be able to use this. And the reason being is mercury does not amalgamate with steel, and this is steel pipe, right? But it's galvanized steel pipe, and it is galvanized with zinc, which will amalgamate with mercury and defeat the whole purpose, because then this whole pipe is going to be infected with mercury, and then what am I going to do with that? So yep, we're going to have to go ahead and back to the drawing board on this. We might be able to get some steel pipe that is not galvanized, and that might do the trick. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to call the mercury retort a fail, which is cool because it's better to do the right thing, and I'm glad that I figured out that this wasn't the right thing. It's time for the January end of the month total. So let's see how much we got. Didn't focus on getting as much gold as I possibly could in January. You know, messed around with hard rock, did a few other things. But we ended up with 0.484 grams for the month of January. And there is a shotgun shell for size reference. Let's take a look. There's a few decent pieces in there and some mercury. So you can see some of that silver amalgam colored looking stuff. And a little bit of black sand. With 0.48 grams. And we are going to keep track of our lead as well. So here's how much lead we got in January. All little pieces of lead shot. We barely got more lead than gold this month. 0.52 grams of lead.
So I had a lot of fun, and hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with me today. Please like, share, subscribe, and join the Patreon, patreon.com/Rookie Gold Prospector. And I'll see you next time.